Yeah, I wanted to ask you, once you overcame the homosexual lifestyle, you became are you a conservative now? Would you be considered a
Yeah.
conservative Republican kind of person? How did Hollywood react to you? How are they treating you now? What happened as a result of that?
Well, for a while, I was very vocal about my conversion to Christianity. When I would work on the set, I would tell everyone the gospel.
Yeah.
Like Oprah, like everyone I worked with, I would tell the gospel to. And for a long time, people were kind of intrigued and kind of cool with it, but it wasn't 2 years when my book came out in 2019, that's when it became untenable for me to continue to work in Hollywood, and my agent dropped me. And
He dropped you because of the book?
yeah.
Really?
Well,
So
they never said that explicitly.
They're
but
like, oh no, he's not playing. This is real. Huh?
yeah, exactly. It was like, now, okay, it was okay for you to talk about this, but now that it's in print in a book out in the world, like, we can't have you work on the set with these
Really?
actresses and actors and all these people.
And what reason they gave? Did they tell you it's because of the book?
No, the reason it was a very strange reason. I got an email saying that that the agency was shifting, that an agent left and my agent was taking on more clients, and that that I was focused on my book, which was crazy because I was in seminary for 4 years, still working. I was focused on seminary, but I still had the same agent.
Right.
But when my book came out, it was like, oh, we know you're focused on your book, and so I think it's best if we part professional ways. That was the
Really?
email. And that was it.
And so, why? I mean, you were already talking about it to everybody. People knew it. Why did the book make a difference?
I think just because it made it way more visible that, who I was and
see.
what I believed. Like it just, instead of it being a kind of a local thing on the set, it became like, okay, Beckett's all about this, he's about his Christianity and and about, he believes that homosexual behavior is a sin, which is scandalous to say in this town.
Yeah.
You can't say that in
That's
Hollywood.
Right. Amazing. And so people like Oprah, who claim to be Christians, or at least spiritual, whatever they call themselves, would she accept you and your book, or would you be rejected by her?
No, I would be completely rejected.
By Oprah?
Oh, yeah.
And why? Why?
Because she's not a Christian.
Yeah. And why do you say she's not a Christian?
Because it's obvious. I mean, it's just all you have to do is hear her speak for 2 minutes and she's not a Christian.
Yeah.
And the people she, looks up to and admires, and the people she interviews, Eckhart Tolle and all these new age people, like, she's lost.
Yeah, I agree. So this woman, the Huffington Post woman?
Yes.
That's her name, right?
Yeah, Ariana Huffington.
Yeah, she doesn't invite you over anymore?
No more invitations.
Wow.
I don't get invited to, I used to go to a lot of parties and a lot of dinners and things in Hollywood, and Oscars and the Golden Globes and the Emmys and all the after parties, but I don't get invited to those things
And
anymore.
what is that like for you?
Oh, I don't care.
You don't care?
Now I look at like the other night, the Emmys were on, I think they were on Monday, I don't know what night, but I don't watch any of that stuff. But when I see the Oscars and the Emmys and I see that people are so excited to watch those shows, I'm just like, I'm so repulsed by those shows.
Yeah, the people can't see, that's why.
And it's just so kind of self-serving and self-aggrandizing, and it's just like, let's get together and give each other awards. It's just a bizarre cult. It's a cult.
Yeah.
To do that. And so I don't miss those parties at all. I used to go to Paris Fashion Week and New York Fashion Week. I don't miss any of that.
Right on.
I don't want to go to that stuff.
I noticed in Hollywood, they have been so intimidated by the radical blacks, the liberal blacks. Y'all don't let us in because we're black. Y'all don't, you're racist Hollywood and blah, 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 right? And now Hollywood have lowered, I don't know if they really had high standards anyway, but they lowered their lower standards to let the blacks in. even though most of the blacks are not qualified, they don't earn their way. How do they live with pretending that they're blacks?
You're asking me that. You answer that question. I can't answer that.
But you know, Hollywood, behind closed doors, do they say, you know, I know these black folks are not really earning
Well,
it?
I'll just tell you.
but
I'll give you
I
a
just
story.
don't
I'll
want
tell
to
you
be
a story.
called a racist.
I'll tell you a story. I went to the opera. This was after I was a Christian. I went with my who was my best friend at the time, before I was a Christian. We went to the opera with two guys, and one of the guys is a major producer at HBO. Is it HBO or Netflix? I can't remember. But during the intermission, we were talking, and this was like I don't know, 5 years ago. But he said that they had a mandate at HBO or Netflix. They had a mandate now they have to have certain amount of trans directors for their shows, a certain amount of, you know, every kind of director.
Yeah.
And he even said, you know, we're having trouble finding trans directors because they don't know how to direct this kind of show.
Right.
And it's like that's how
Yeah.
like loopy this
Yeah.
town is. It's just like insane.
Yeah. I noticed that when they give out the awards, everybody, it's okay, Liz won the Best Actor or Actress Award. Everybody go, yeah, wow. And I'm thinking, I bet in their mind they're thinking, this bitch didn't win nothing.
That's hilarious.
This bitch got it because they're black or trans or something. They in their mind they know. It's like Bruce Jenner walking on the stage and they're calling, here come Miss Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner.
But when you know it's really a man in a dress.
Yeah.
It's like all pretense.